Let's talk about fish, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that make me. Let's talk about fish. Let's talk about fish. Fish.
I love that too. Catfish.
Let's talk about fish, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that make me. Let's talk about fish. Let's talk about fish. Fish. Let's talk about fish, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that make me. Let's talk about fish. Let's talk about fish. Fish. Let's talk about fish. Let's talk about more.
All righty. Well, good morning, all. Good morning, ladies. How are you?
Doing well. How about yourself?
Mercy.
I might have to change.
I really want to know who had that ghost catfish aquarium.
I know, aren't they? I looked them up. I looked them up on. I was going to order some. I looked on my order yesterday. They go retail for between $7 and $10 each. It's not a cheap fish.
I know, because I've been looking at them.
That was like about 100 fish in there. That's upwards of $1,000 worth of fish in that school.
Unless he bred them all.
Pretty impressive.
I
doubt it. Well, it's possible. It could have been bred. You know, it certainly should not be a hard one to breed. It just, I've had them once or twice. Never really had an interest in them. But that school is amazing.
It is. I saw them in person and I was like, what fish is that? I've been interested in them ever since, and I'm like considering adding them. But then the store owner had to go and say they're a sensitive fish. I'm like, oh, come on, don't tell me that.
Yeah, I don't think they really are.
Okay.
You know,
I missed what kind of fish y'all were talking about.
That'll make you not want to buy it when they go, that's a sensitive fish.
The glass catfish.
Yeah,
Mary.
sorry.
Oh yeah, who was that in the picture? Whose were those?
Oh,
Oh, we don't know.
Aquatic Conquest will have to answer for that one.
Yeah.
Did you say, and I just missed it because he's been labeling them.
Yeah, I
that
saw
one was
it finally.
right.
Okay.
I don't know. Laurie's here. Bill Witt.
I'm trying to get the hellos in this morning.
Lori.
Oh, yeah.
Good morning, Lori.
Vinaki. Psychedelic, Dead Broke. Who else? Atkins, Nature Aquariums.
The Dead Broke Show.
The Dead Broke Show.
The Dead Broke Show, yeah, Atkins.
Good.
Patrick Paulson. Hi, Patrick. So,
Kitties.
yeah, kitties. Last night, my cat Tom just all of a sudden lost the ability to walk.
Oh no.
Yeah, he cannot use his back legs, and it was the same this morning. So, and it's not food. I gave him food around. I was up all night mostly, just didn't sleep much at all. I got the dreaded Roxy disease, I think.
I had it too. But,
Well, I'm so shaky. We talked about doing that beta. There's no way I could do it today. I'm like,
I think the coffee really kicked in halfway through yesterday. I started out tired, and then all of a sudden I got this energy.
I got supercharged.
Yeah.
Roxy is in the back room here. She's got picture up. She's got a picture up that's muted, but I don't. She's not live, so.
She's
okay.
Maybe.
I don't know what that's all about. Maybe she's just checking it out. I don't know. Anyway, I did talk to her, invited her to come up this morning, so we'll see.
Yes, she was saying last night that there was going to be another special guest. So
where?
Like on top of the
she was just talking about. Oh, there's Marco. I didn't get all my good mornings in.
Marco, hi Marco.
Other fish, yes, on both accounts, and I'm not sure what he's saying yes to. Do you know?
Where are you? What?
At 8:07, Aquatic Fish said, I'm sorry, Aquatic Conquest. 8:07.
Well, if I can get to it.
Aquatic Conquest. Oh, yes, on both accounts. Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, I didn't know what he was saying yes to.
He's replying to an email I sent him. Yeah, we're talking about. He sent me an email about the contest, and he will be posting the rules and conditions shortly, I think. It's Chevy Fish here. Chevy, are you here? I think I want to ask Chevy to be one of the judges for this. I think we're going to do it deadline for entries around Thanksgiving. We'll set a date a little earlier so we can judge it over the Thanksgiving holiday and make prizes available maybe that weekend. The details are not available yet, but there will be probably three prizes. There'll be a limit on the size of the entry. I think 15 seconds for a video and 3 shots for stills. 3 judges. I don't know what else. 3 prizes. We'll do it all in threes, I guess. It'll be a thrilling thing.
This morning, T-Bone had a question at 7:48. Father Fish is black. I'm sorry. I think he means
Talking
blackbeard.
about blackbeard, isn't it? Yeah.
Okay. Blackbeard algae, good or bad? I know certain types of algae is good, but black algae, I think can it just get darker and like go from dark green to black?
Yeah. Algae is algae. Algae is a plant. It's a rootless plant, much like a lot of other rootless plants, like Riccia. It tends to be an invasive plant, a very dominant kind of plant. It's a plant that establishes itself very quickly in new tanks, mainly because it comes in as spore through the air. So it's virtually impossible to keep it out. Some people really like algae. If you have a chance to study Lucas's tanks, a number of his tanks have very dominant algae culture in them, and he uses that as a way to breed his fish and give them security in his tanks. Algae is it's a plant that people treat as bad because it tends to be dominant and it tends to overrun other plants. But it's a plant. And if you have a plant growing in your tank, then you've got something good going on. That being said, if you don't want algae, then you need to get other plants going. Oh, guess who just popped in? It's
Good morning.
Foxy's Fish.
Hello.
Hi there. How are
Hello.
you?
I'm good. I literally just woke up. I forgot to set my alarm. I'm sorry.
I didn't think you would be this early.
Well,
I'm learning to wake up again this early.
Really?
I have no choice.
Yeah, with two little boys, I guess that's right.
School starts early. You
Welcome,
think when you're done with school, you won't have to wake up that early again. You have kids.
Yesterday was totally out of control. Today promises to be at least 30% worse. So I think I will be dominated by the ladies today.
I wanted to come on and say I was sorry if I took over.
I know, and I'm not sorry at all. We were on
I heard Lee. Be in this here and Mary in this here. Fish out here. I'm going, oh God, what? So I'm not KassCeeBee today.
There she is. And Mary's like a little mouse sitting there, all quiet.
And I'm technically not Roxanne because I haven't had coffee yet.
Yeah. No, after yesterday, I didn't know if you came on that stream or not.
I was kind of down yesterday. I was having trouble. My blood sugar was not in control. Just a lot of issues, and both Cass and Mary picked up on it and carried the ball and did I thought, a brilliant job. I made a comment on stream at one point. Somebody was here, Thomas or Frank.
Yeah,
I turned to him and I said, I can't get a word in edgewise.
Yeah, it was really going by the time Thomas got there.
It was delightful, and I enjoyed it, and I appreciated it, and I thank you both so much for being here, for being so enormously supportive, and all of the people who have just been tremendously supportive of whatever it is I'm trying to do on this channel. I'm not sure I understand, frankly. I'll give you a clue. I do have, I'm doing it because I'm trying to figure something out. And what I'm trying to figure out is the next direction for me to go on this channel. Because I've been so focused on substrates and setting up tanks and getting a good start that I haven't really gone beyond that. I've done a few little things on ick and on feeding, but really not much at all. It's all been on the first steps, taking that first step. So it's really been.
Freshwater, I want to see you do first steps in saltwater.
Oh, I know. It's such a problem for me getting going on saltwater. We're trying some things that right now we got a leak in our system, and we're trying to get that leak repaired. It's in the ancillary system, the unit on the wall that has all the small sections in it. Mm-hmm. So until we get that fixed, I can't really prove this salt thing that I'm doing. I'm using evaporated sea salt as opposed to a mixture of salt, which begins with evaporated sea salt and has stuff added in, stuff like calcium or whatever trace elements. But my notion is that salt is salt, and while that's not absolutely true, it is for all practical purposes. It's true. So I'm using evaporated sea salt, and if any of you know what evaporated sea salt is, then you'll be going, "Oh, you're not really," because it's water softener salt.
Oh, yeah.
Water softener salt is evaporated sea salt. Plain old evaporated sea salt. I was at Lowe's yesterday buying it, and the guy said, "Well, we sell salt especially for swimming pools." And I said, "Well, that's exactly what I don't want, because that has an algicide in it and the bactericide, and I don't want either of them. I want just plain old salt, plain old sea salt." So anyway, there's a difference between mined, MINED, mined salt, and evaporated sea salt, and the difference is that mined salt is ancient sea salt, which does not have the mineralization that modern, if you will, sea salt has. So the evaporated sea salt is going to be of a character much closer to what the fish are swimming in. So anyway, that's the game plan. We'll see how it's going to go. So far, so good, except that with the leak in the system and the autofill, we've been having a vacillation in salinity. So we're trying to get that resolved so that we can maintain a stable salinity, and then we'll have a better idea. That's a long protracted explanation. Yes, Kat.
Have you been running this
Some people. Sorry, I was just saying, I've gone on and looked at sea salt and what people suggest, and I know that's like a heated topic for some.
Oh, very much so. I'm talk about flying in the face of tradition. Roxy, what'd you have to say about that?
It left my brain already. Oh, okay. I was going to ask, how long have you been running this experiment for already? Like, when did you start?
Only a couple of weeks, and not long enough to know anything yet, because we've had the leakage problem, which has caused the autofill to to drive the salinity way down. So until we get that straightened out and get the water balanced to the point where we have a stable salinity, and then begin trying invertebrates in it, we're not really going to know much. I mean, so far it does not look good, frankly, but I think that's because of the salinity problem, not the salt. But we shall see. I'm not doing it in my main tanks. I'm just doing it in the ancillary system. And there's nothing in there right now. So we'll see how it goes.
You said the saltwater tank you set up for us to watch?
Yeah, the 55. And
you said that wasn't saltwater?
Yeah, I try not to look at it.
You added water, but I didn't know where you got the water from.
Well, originally we got the water out of a standpipe that was supposed to be delivering salt water, and it turns out it was delivering RO water. So we set it up the first time with RO, and then Frank went behind me and put a lot of inverts in it, all of which were dead by morning. So that was the beginning of that tank. It's been sitting there now for about a month. It's got a nice growth of algae in it, and it looks terrible. But
do you like to use the refractometers?
I do. Although I find them a little more complicated than just using a glass hydrometer. I tend to use the hydrometer. I do. I use the refractometer. But the hydrometer, the glass hydrometer, is really my favorite. That's, so long as the water's deep enough to use it. Mary Page, talking to Aquatic Conquest.
Yeah, we were talking about doing a saltwater tank.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah. I haven't scrolled down because it was a bunch of hellos, so I went back.
When we had our aquariums before, my daughter had a saltwater tank, and she studied it and learned it, and actually did it for a science project for her class.
Wow,
and so she knows how to do it. She said she doesn't remember now, but that's been a long time ago.
You lose your knowledge.
Yep. Millions and Sons Father Fish said, your Get Gill said you have 20 pygmy sunfish available. Think you'll be keeping a few around for the next 2 weeks, getting a tank set up, and really thinking hard about these fish.
Yeah, if I don't have them, I'll get them. They're fish that I've got a source for, so they're an easy one for me to get out and collect. I cannot guarantee species. They will be Elisoma. They may not be Everglades. They may be something else. There are some funny things happening with species in this fish here in Florida. We're not sure quite what it is, whether we're discovering new species or whether there's some cross species going on. So I'm not sure yet, but I do have them, will have them, don't have any trouble getting them. The only real issue is shipping, and shipping has turned into a nightmare.
Yes, it has.
I normally,
especially for me.
I normally can ship out. Priority has always been 2 days, not next day, but second day. Right. And I don't have any trouble with that. It's always worked fine. I can keep fish alive in a bag for 2 to 3 to 4 days. Now it's running 4 and 5 days consistently. And fish are coming in dead. They're just not making it. So even shipping in state, which has always been shipping ground in state, was next day delivery. Now, if I ship from here to Sarasota, which is a 10-minute drive, it takes 5 days to get there. Wow. So I don't know what's going on. But the
And
post
that's
office.
USPS?
No, yeah, exactly. I think they've lost their collective minds.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That was talked about previously with, you had someone else on and they said they were using like DHS and having better success. Did you look into that?
Yeah, I'm not using DHS, but there's a local shipper here in the Southwest Florida area that I've used, and they're really very good. Unfortunately, they don't go beyond this part of the state. It's called Metro Courier, and I get next day delivery for $15. I mean, I use them. I use them when I can. DHS I've never used. Don't know anything about them. Don't even know how to get to them. But maybe I should. If they're doing better, I'll use them.
Yeah, someone mentioned it. It was with the guy that does the brackish tanks. I think he's in Hawaii.
Not Zenzo.
He's doing DHS, really?
I very vaguely remember him mentioning he stopped using USPS, and I think he said he was using DHS.
I'll look at it.
You guys don't remember?
Aquarium Cop sent you a super sticker. He said he's watching TV, and I think he said he wasn't feeling well.
Yeah,
Or he was sad or something.
Oh
We love you, Aquarium Cop.
We hope you start feeling happy again.
Yep. And Thomas and Frank are both here. Let's see here. Thomas had said something.
Yeah. Frank's kind of been in and out. I think he's out collecting. I don't know.
How did his I still don't remember how to say it. His critter he got yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Critter.
I don't know. I haven't talked to him about it. Frank, how's the Amphuma doing?
Amphuma.
Amphuma, right. Excuse me.
When we were talking about the algae, Paul C. said he had algae and tried to get rid of it. Now that it's disappearing, he wants it back. Go figure.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Now,
you never know what you're missing till it's gone.
Right.
I like it. Is that the same plant or whatever, non-plant, that the Marimo mossballs are made up of?
Not the mossballs.
Yeah, it's hair algae.
It's all the same, right?
Oh, yeah. It's hair algae.
Let's see.
I like it. It looks like grass.
Well, it does.
Dark green. But I noticed when you have it like shoved up against something, it'll start to turn gray, which I guess means it's dying.
I guess. Who was it? Somebody had a tank full of old man's beard, Blackbeard, that was long. It was like 2 inches long, and it was beautiful. It kind of waved in the current. The whole inside of the tank was full of it. Can't remember who that was.
Rachel O'Leary's got a real beautiful
Rachel.
algae scape. Well. She calls it her algae scape, and it's beautiful.
It really was. Yeah.
I was watching her Hillstream loach tank because somebody was asking about Hillstream loaches.
Right. And then one more. Million and Sons, are you using the same fishing license for regular fishing to collect these local species, or is there a special permit? For fresh water, there is no permit, no special permit. You do need a fishing license. That gives you access. And for freshwater, other than size limits for game fish, to my knowledge, there are very, very few other restrictions. There's a bluefin killie from the northern part of the state that's an endangered species. Doesn't exist down here. It's a beautiful little fish that has limited population range. I checked with Fish and Wildlife the other day about the salamanders, the Amphuma and the Siren, and there are no restrictions. There are no restrictions on those. So for freshwater, you're pretty much in the clear. Peacock bass are now listed as a game fish, and there is a restriction on the number you can catch in a day and the size. So we can't collect baby peacock bass, for example. But other than that, all you need for freshwater is a fishing license. For saltwater, it's a little different. And that the difference is because there are some ornamental species, reef species, if you will, in Florida, but they're mostly down in the Keys. They do range up this way. The butterflies will range up this way by midsummer, and a few other things. There are some limits on tank with invertebrates like blue leg hermits and snails, some crabs, that sort of thing. And Fish and Wildlife will sit pretty tight on that. They monitor the skyway, and of course they monitor the Keys from one end to the other. They patrol. I don't collect much saltwater. I do a little. I try to be careful about it. If I'm collecting pygmy seahorses, for example, I won't take more than a half a dozen. I'm sure there would be a restriction on the count. That's the way the law reads. You can only take, I think, 2 ornamental fish a day per person out of Florida saltwaters. That would be like a butterfly or a tang or those kinds of things. For things like blue leg hermits or snails, it would be like 25 or 20 something. You have to look it up and see specifically. I don't collect those things. I buy them because I can get them so cheap. It's not worth taking the risk of going out and collecting them myself. But freshwater is really the stuff I'm most interested in. And to date, there are no restrictions on that.
Didn't you say you could only collect 2 seahorses per person?
Yeah. I remember something about that.
There's like a limit on how many per person.
Oh, yeah. And Alexander Lee asked if sirens are invasive.
What are sirens?
It's a salamander, and no, I think they're native. That's
Okay.
to my understanding, they're native. They were not brought in any case. There are species that
I don't
are.
ever see them. I just see lizards all the time and geckos.
Well, there's so many things that are.
And what
they're
are
well established. They may as well be native.
the skinks? I don't see them either because they hide.
Skinks are generally not invasive. Somebody's walking in the door.
They don't like to be seen.
Doctor.
Right.
So salamanders are probably the same way.
How are you?
Probably buried in the ground.
How are you?
Under rocks.
We got a live stream here with it's my doctor.
Nice to see
Hi,
you.
Doc.
Good morning, Doctor.
I hope everyone's well out there. And I know you're getting good advice from Father Fish, because one thing he has is a lot of knowledge on fish care and how to properly set up your tanks and everything, as you well know. But
yes.
heck of a guy, and he's in good shape and
Oh, good.
than ever. So I know you're glad to hear it.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
Let me
That
go.
is
Let me
wonderful.
go see what he's looking for.
Yeah, I'm just going to go look around. I just killed a little time.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, that's
I'll
it.
be
We're
back in a
On
minute.
the way back.
You know, Betsy?
Oh, that's awesome.
I'll say hello to her.
Yes, right. The
That
captain.
is awesome.
Catfish is getting enormous, so I'll have to
Oh, I know.
bring it back.
Take a look all the way in the back in the big tub. I got one like
Trick
that.
says, wash hands, wash hands.
Hello, Nicholas and Al Wet Sox.
Patrick Olson's here. He says,
Yep,
wash
Patrick.
your hands, wash your hands. Stay 6 feet away. You know, I had a lady at the grocery store. It drives me nuts. I'm going, I just want to wear the mask that says 6 feet away. Not that it matters for me anymore. I've already had it now, so
Yeah, right.
I guess I'm good. But I'm still like, why aren't you people keeping 6 feet away?
The antibodies. You got the antibodies.
Well, that's one reason I wanted my kids to get tested, because I just wanted to know, if they've had it, so to know if they've got the antibodies. But we didn't test the kids. My husband didn't want to get tested.
I don't want to get tested. I'm pretty sure I had it last February. I was in the hospital, and I was on a pretty tough regimen of antibiotics.
Yeah,
And I think whatever I had got knocked out. But I was
that's funny. That's when my husband thinks he had it in February.
I was in pretty dire straits for about 2 days. I was hallucinating for 2 days.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
needle does not feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got tested twice and both times were negative, so I'm still in the clear.
You're like, darn it.
No, I don't know. That's one thing I do not need. I have enough.
Yes.
I
Really?
have plenty. Plenty of
Aquarium
other
Cop
things going
said,
on.
"Stop eating carbs, Father Fish."
Yeah, I saw that. I chose to
Yep.
ignore it.
Did you have breakfast yesterday? Because I didn't see you eating breakfast.
I did.
Oh,
I ate a half a sandwich. I did it. Well, I was 56 this morning. I screwed up again. I took a micro dose because I ate a big dinner of mostly shrimp, and then I had a hard time overnight. I talked to Roxy last night after after Lee's stream, and I caught her dreaded disease of not being able to sleep. And
it's so contagious. It really is.
It is. I tossed and turned all night.
Well, a guilty conscience also.
I
don't think I fell asleep till like 4:30 this morning.
I felt bad yesterday. I was like, I'm not coming on your stream anymore, Lee.
But in the process, my cat
Today.
Tom finally decided that he can't walk anymore.
Oh no.
So he's dragging himself around with his front feet.
No.
That ain't gonna make it. So I thought about bringing him in and decided that really didn't make any sense. So I've got him secure. He's comfortable. He doesn't seem to be in any pain.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it is this evening. But I think.
Do you know if he's able to use the litter box? Have you seen him
Well,
try?
he did last night, but I don't think he can now. I don't know what he's going to do. I mean, he literally cannot use his back feet. And that just started last night. He was in the litter box, came out. I picked it up, held him for a while, and when I put him down, it was all over. He's been like
That
since
happened
about-
Same thing happened to my cat. What ended up happening is somewhere along his body, he threw a blood clot that blocked the veins that go to his back legs.
Oh,
It
goodness.
was like congestive heart failure, so I had to opt at that point to put him to rest because there was no coming back from that.
Yeah,
No.
I think that's
How
where
did they
we're
find
at.
out? Did you have tests run on him?
I took him to the emergency vet, and after they put him to sleep, they did an autopsy.
Huh. Well, Tom is 14. He's got this diabetes. He's got kidney problems. This has been going on for about 2 years. So I think we've kept him going about as long as we can. I need to take a break, girls. Let me pop you all up here. And
Okay.
I'm going to.
Well, hello, ladies.
Hi.
Hello.
So Lee's not on today.
Yeah, he's on here.
He was after me.
Oh, he got after me too.
And
my kids were in here.
And I skidded in at the last moment.
We call it soccer.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I've accepted that. You know, when you grow up with that name, you just accept it. You don't question it. Right. You don't know the rest of the world calls it football because we have American football, and that's just confusing. So he went on and on giving me a hard time about that, and I'm going, I just wanted to talk about soccer. I'll call it football if that's what you want.
Oh, wow. I was reading Thomas's thing, or Frank's thing. He said Two Toes didn't make it, but he said after Thomas and him looked at it, he had 2 puncture wounds at the base of his head. I believe he was a victim of a cottonmouth.
Oh, wow.
That was a pretty cool catch. Yeah. Thomas says he's fed his dojo loach 2 times this morning. It's so cute. Oh, aquarium cop. They had to put his mom's dog down, I think is what he's saying.
Yeah, that's hard.
Sorry about that, cop.
Put your pets down.
It is.
But you know what? It's hard just watching them also, like, you know, they're not living like a good life. And like, I've been going through that with my older cat, and I'm just like, I know she's not living her best life.
Right. You start looking at their quality.
I'm ready to put her down. And then the vet goes, she just has an inflamed intestine. Give her this stuff. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
No, put her down. I didn't say that, but I was kind of hoping he would suggest that because I don't want to suggest that, but
it does. It goes down to the quality of life. And then, you know, if you've got a good vet, it's a painless, I mean, I hate, but I've done it a lot, you know, help veterinarians a lot. And it's when they're suffering and they're not eating, or, you know, if they can't eat, they're just like Father Fish is talking, they're dragging themselves around. You just have to start thinking, you know, is this worth it? Or it's a hard decision to make.
Well, Mary, so my female long-haired domestic cat, she's been skinny now for years, and she's just so skinny. She's still eating. But then, like, the other night, she woke me up at 3:30. Like, she was trying to throw up. Like, I heard her try for 9 times. And I'm going, oh, that's going to be a mess. And I wake up, and I didn't see anything. So I don't know what to do.
Right. Unless she's got, like, you know, how they get the hairballs and stuff. Unless she's got a literal impaction in there. Like one.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yep. That's real common. I mean, we've had to surgically remove them before. But, like, you know,
I would just want to put her down.
Right.
She's 12.
Have they x-rayed her?
No, they did the blood test, and they could barely even get the needle in to draw blood.
Yeah. Now, of course, there's that feline leukemia that wrecks their immune system and causes them to have, it's almost, you know, like an immune disorder. They'll start losing weight, stuff like that. But if she's had the blood test and okay with that, it could be like an impaction, especially a domestic long hair. Because, you know, they lick themselves all the time.
Yeah, and she's the excessive groomer. She'll groom her brother.
I'm sure, I'm assuming she's been dewormed and all that kind of stuff. So have you done all that just in case?
No, not recently. No.
Okay. She's a house cat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't go outside.
Yeah. That could be. It could be
under the bed. So when he said that they get like an infection from eating, like maybe something that had died, I'm like, she's inside. She doesn't eat anything but her food. So I don't know how she would have gotten like an infection unless it was.
Well, they can also get into other things like cats will eat the corners of plastic bags when you're not looking, or
she does
things on the floor that you bring on your shoes.
My kids do that, but she doesn't do that. No, she's a good cat in every way, except that she hides.
What's really
As cats should do.
interesting is when they all three begin talking at once. That's what's really interesting. When they all three.
That's what.
Please don't give me a case of the giggles.
Happens when you have women.
Right.
As y'all see, I get the giggles every time. I can't handle it. I just have to mute myself.
I get them real bad.
Especially Father Fish, you get him on a roll and it's over. Uh-oh, he looks like he's a little more sparkly. I see some mischievousness in his eyes.
Try to get my eyes open there. Look at that. Foxy's lost it there. Oh dear.
I'm misspelling names.
Help me, Lord, help me.
Oh, Aquarium Cop.
Oh, mercy.
I'm so sorry.
What's
Bill Witt said, "Is this now the Father Fish sorority?"
who said that?
Bill Witt.
He missed the comment the other day about
Having a harem.
Yeah, right. Somebody made a comment about
Women
that.
flock to him. Women flock to Father Fish.
This is as close as I'll ever get to a harem.
Yeah.
Hey, and everybody's welcome to join. So y'all come on up. Oh, who's that? Your doctor again? Ask him if that's good for your health to have a harem.
Right.
Or a sorority.
I don't know what God said.
I'm sure he'll love to answer that question.
Oh, I know.
Oh, Lord, help us.
Really. I did have
J-Dog says you're a chick magnet.
The chick.
Well, I don't know if I'm a chick. I'm kind of I'm an old hen.
No. It's very simple, guys. When you reach a certain age,
Aquarium Cop
you
says you're
don't
hot.
regret on any level at all. you hit that safe plateau. And actually, it's true.
Aquarium Cop says you're hot, Father Fish.
Yeah. I tell you, Aquarium Cop's hot. He and that little baby's got.
Yeah.
What a cutie. What does he call that? Was a funny name. Bunny?
Curly Bunny.
Curly Bunny, right.
We love Curly Bunny.
Curly Bunny.
I think she's an EMT, if I'm correct. Is that right? Yep.
That's right. Yeah, he's a cop and she's an MT. They got quite a lifestyle going.
That's pretty cool.
Is he really a cop, or is it he just call himself that?
No, he's really a cop.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
Yeah.
Fish Dreams is giving you the heart and the smiley face. She says you're hot. That's what I'm thinking it means. Fish Dreams.
There's another one. I bet
Come on up, Fish Dreams.
You might have a harem.
we could have Fish Dreams up here. There's, she's another one. That
Here, Fishy.
yeah, we've got Mary. You owe me a song.
I know I do.
And Fish Dreams, I've already got one from her, which I dearly love. Yeah, we need to get her up here.
I'm way behind. I got a lot of things.
Mercy, mercy, mercy. What a conquest. We're Dunlap.
Oh, Aquarium Cop says that's his baby.
Talking about dogs and cats.
Yeah, talking about putting animals down.
Yeah, I'm going to have to deal with Tom when I get home, I'm sure.
So sorry about that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
never an easy decision.
Well, when I was in Kentucky last time.
Before it becomes pretty automatic, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if he's not going to be able to drag himself around, I'm not going to put him through that because, I mean, he's not acting like he's in pain. He's just not ambulatory.
Yeah.
And for a cat, that's kind of the end. He's only got those two front legs left to stand on, and that ain't gonna last long. So anyway, I've had him 14 years, and he's a Bengal. Well, he's a Bengal. He's a really big cat, and he's lost 50% of his body weight. He was diagnosed a couple of years ago with kidney disease, and he was then borderline diabetic. So we've controlled the diabetes pretty well, and we've controlled the kidney failure, but it's reached the point where he is succumbing to it. So I think we're going to say our goodbyes this evening, unless he's up and walking around.
I don't see too many questions yet.
I was flagging some stuff, but because Aquatic Conquest said earlier he received a double red tiger lotus.
Oh, yeah.
And it had 2 bulbs, so he has.
There's mine. I finally got one growing.
And he goes, I only bought it because I thought my other bulb had died 2 days ago. And now he noticed it started regrowing. And then yesterday, he was all upset at us because I guess one of us didn't read the entire thing.
Probably me.
We're sorry. We'll try to read everything we write. And he said he was mortified because he's like, it made it sound like he killed it. And he was like, my son did it.
No, he said his kids did it.
So he's blaming his kids. I don't know what's worse. But
in my case, the kids blame me for everything, so I've got it opposite here. Grandma did it. Can't find something. What'd Grandma do with it?
Right. Huh?
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Good morning, Hat Trick.
Where is yours, Mary? I don't see it. Is it
The
still
tiger.
small?
I don't know. Oh, I've got all this tape down, but it's right. I don't know. I don't think I can pick my. Can you see it in there?
Yeah, I think that's about the size of mine right now.
That's 5 weeks. I dropped that the bulb in there right before I left,
Wow.
and that's what it came back with.
Mine grew that much in like a week or 2.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they jump up. They really do.
Let's see if I can get this computer back. You wouldn't believe what a rigmarole I've got taped up here to hold this thing. I've got it on a pillow, on a stool, on a plate holder. It's
Whatever
hilarious.
works, Mary. Whatever
Right.
works.
It's sitting on the bed, and I'm hoping my husband doesn't kick in his sleep and knock it over.
Oh, he's laying there sleeping. Oh my word.
You're not waking him up.
He doesn't care. He's always right here.
Ah,
He's part of your harem, too.
really. Yeah, this is not a sexual thing. That's
Hey,
the key to it.
right.
That's absolutely right.
He doesn't know he's a part of it, though.
Right. See, I got earbuds on, so he's not hearing all this.
Oh, mercy.
Maybe I should stick one in his ear.
I think
Oh, he
it's
loves-
time for a song, Father Fish.
Yeah, he loves Father Fish.
It's time for a song.
Yeah, they
We
could
got her
probably-
tickled.
All right.
We got her tickled.
I think.
Trying to figure out how I had that set. I don't know.
What do we do? Oh, here we go. All right.
It happened a month ago. It wasn't.
Hello, Mary. Mary, try and sort this one out. Let's talk about fish, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be. Let's talk about fish. Let's talk about fish, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that can be. Let's talk about fish. Fish. Let's talk about fish. Let's talk about fish.
Well, I don't know what I've done here.
What did Lee say at the end of his stream,
Right.
Father?
Yeah, I know. I got everything all mixed up. I don't know what's going on.
Greg
Yeah,
is here. He says he just found your channel, Lori, and he loves Lori's puffers.
Yeah, I just watched her video. It's a good one.
I've frozen everything up.
Uh-oh.
Close
Oh,
the
no.
program. I'm going to close and reopen here.
He's frozen.
Yeah, he's frozen. I thought maybe we would be kicked out.
We freeze too.
Yeah, that's perplex froze freeze right there. I can't words this morning, Mary.
I can't either. Oh. Hello, GRB.
Oh, there's
And good morning, everyone in chat. I can't personally reply to everyone, so good morning.
I'm trying for us.
I tried to switch into the other window and then the volume was on, so I was like, oh crap. And I just closed it.
Yeah, I'm
Aquatic.
strictly on my phone,
Yeah.
so I don't have all those
I
options.
clicked the mute button wouldn't appear, so I was like,
Oh, now you're big. Uh-huh. You're the star, Cassie.
I know we were all just sitting still. We're like, what's going
That's
on?
what Aquatic Conquest said. Said he thought everybody was frozen, and then you moved, Cassie.
Weird. I know. I'm itching. I have such dry skin, and I live in Florida, and I itch all the time.
I do too. I'm always.
I feel like the itchiest person.
No, that'd be me. No.
It's always my face. I'm like, oh, there's another one.
Fair skin just does not work with the environment.
No, I don't put lotion on every day.
Trust me, I know. I'm as white as, like, seriously. I look like milk sometimes.
Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk
There we
about all the good things and the bad things that may be. Let's talk about.
Where is Lee today?
Oh, I saw Lee in chat.
I
Yeah,
didn't hear.
he's here.
Let's talk about fish.
He said he was
baby.
in and out.
About you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that can be. Let's talk about fish.
Woo, woo, woo.
Fish. Let's talk about fish. Let's talk about fish. Instrumental break.
Oh, thank you, Aquarium Cop. Bless your heart.
Let's talk about fish, baby. Let's talk about you and me.
I know who.
Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be. Let's talk about fish. Let's talk about fish. Fish.
We could all do the ooh together. Come on.
You and me. Let's talk
I like when
about
Father Fish gets going.
the bad things that may be. Let's talk about fish.
Yeah.
Dancing for me.
Let's talk about fish. Fish.
LP lurking. Good morning. Hat Trick. Did Hat Trick just join?
A few minutes ago.
Oh, that's right. LP is Lisa now. I keep forgetting.
Yes.
The LP is Lisa.
You people confuse us
Yeah.
when you change your name.
It needs to be done sometimes, though. In
Aquarium
everyone's
Cop,
defense.
Aquarium Cop says, let's vote to see who gets the mug. What's that mean?
I already know who the mug's going to.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's giving one. Sorry.
Yeah, I got it. I got that worked out. Look at that.
There.
If you would like your very own Father Fish mug,
I swear I thought mine's mouth was moving.
$5 to PayPal. Account name FatherFish at fatherfish.net and PayPal. And there's Mary saying, yeah. Right.
Yeah, but when I did it, I swear I thought I saw its lips moving.
It wasn't moving.
Let's see, what time is it? We're 9:05.
Yeah. The dead broke.
I also had a father
Been a
fish
long time
about
ago.
my mother's story.
We're on the back end. What was that?
Dead Broke reminded me that his name is his band name.
Yeah, the Dead Broke Show.
And yeah, and his nickname is what? Then my nickname in an MC.
Oh, yeah.
His nickname is MC.
Yeah.
Now it's like after 5 kids and 11 aquariums.
5 kids and 11 aquariums.
So
That kind of catches up with us.
I forgot that was his band name.
Yeah.
I'm so forgetful.
Oh, yeah, and
kids.
I don't know if you heard it.
And you don't remember anything.
Right. Oh, yeah. I don't know if you heard Frank Fatherfish say that, or wait a minute, did I? That it died, whatever that thing was died. I cannot think of the amphib. Say it again. Amphuma.
I try to ignore what Frank is saying.
Oh, okay. Is he there?
Fish left when
Is he sitting there beside
He's
you?
right here, right? He's right
Hey,
there.
Frank.
Right there.
Put Frank on there with you.
He don't want to come on.
Oh, Frank.
He's eating, what are you eating? Peach pie.
Peach pie.
Peach pie.
Yum.
Sitting there eating peach pie. I can't eat peach pie.
No.
It'll be out on the floor.
Yeah.
48 would like a coffee mug. All right.
And I was saying earlier, Father Fish.
Oh, that's right. Today's Prime Day.
Whitney Nyland. Whitley Nealon. Whitney. Is Whitney new?
How many people are going on Prime
I
today?
missed them. Pat and Jess just walked in.
Post on your thing.
Greg says that he's on Amazon for aquarium stuff today, and he's not finding any good things. Typical.
Well, I'm glad you girls are keeping up with this because I'm not.
There's not been much, Father Fish.
LP lurking. Father Fish on the beautiful shoal. I've read that 3 times. I appreciate that.
I didn't even read that, so
I agree absolutely.
It was so nice he read it thrice.
Right.
Whitney says that
The 3rd time just for giggles.
yeah, Whitney says I've been on here a couple of times and asked questions about water changes. Oh.
Oh, I thought you were going to read the
Aquarium Cop.
and said giggles are contagious.
Aquarium Cop just sent you another super chat for another mug. I think for one of the girls up here.
For Roxanne. I was going to ask her if she got, did I send you a mug, Roxanne?
Yes, you did, and my mother swiftly stole it.
Good morning, coffee.
Your mother, is it?
Yeah, yes, my
Told
mom
you.
has the first edition cup. She's like, I'll take that. I love that.
Well, she's going to have to come on here and thank me for it.
Right.
If I could get her to, I so would. But she might be better for a late night stream.
Yeah, we have talked about that. All right. So it's the aquarium cop wants me to send you a mug. I think he's well, never mind. Never mind.
Lisa's another one who could come up.
Say what?
Lisa's another one who could come up.
I know. That's right. Exactly.
I don't know what I've done here.
I don't remember seeing her yesterday.
I'm new to this, so I don't know what I'm doing.
How's your daughter, Lisa? Hopefully her daughter had surgery the other day. Hopefully she's doing all right.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that.
Steven's son is
and
having
Steven, yeah.
Yeah. Anybody heard anything about Susan?
Just I've seen a couple of her posts. You know, I think she's still having her stream tonight, I believe.
Okay.
I've been so behind on stuff.
She's basically okay then. Huh?
Kind of, I think so.
I'm a little bit behind.
Apparently,
Me too.
Whitney is.
Aquarium Cop said send it to Lori.
Send it to Lori.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What'll it be? What'll it be?
Oh,
Foxy
Lisa.
lost hers. So I don't know.
Hey, but I at least had it at one point for
You have
like
to fight her
maybe
mother
37
for it.
seconds.
Looking to see if Ben and
Whitney says I've been on a couple of times and asked questions about water changes.
Mhm.
I don't normally catch you live. So did you get your questions answered, Whitney? That's the, or did we ignore you?
hopefully we didn't ignore.
Aquatic Conquest's volume was 100%. What does that mean? Are we too loud?
Bunch of hens.
Really? I don't know. We got to do something about this. Here we go. All right. Let's put things back in order here.
She said her daughter, Lisa said her daughter was a little dramatic. I think she was getting her bandage changed.
Oh my.
That's okay. Or she said, I'm getting my bandage. Oh, I don't know.
She said she was.
Yeah.
And then she,
Well, prayers for you, Lisa, because we love you.
well, she said she's good though.
Yeah. Oh, and Whitney said, yes, I did. I'm going to plant a bunch of plants instead of trying to have an automatic water changer for when I go on vacation.
Oh,
That's a good idea.
That.
Excellent. Hey, 5 weeks, and I don't have a big, heavy, well, I've got a lot of plants, but it made it.
Yeah, I think
That's
we're
awesome.
answering whether or not she should get a water change system.
Never had any doubt.
Right. And I've got my substrate is 2 inches of fluval stratum capped with 3 inches of sand. I just capped my stratum like Father Fish said. And then I planted
That's
all the plants.
Well, doesn't that
beautiful, like
stratum
a
have like nutrients in it?
Not really, but it holds nutrients. Does that make sense? The way it's
It does, right?
yeah. Like if I went ahead and put some soil up underneath it, it'd be probably great. But I'm gonna put some root tabs down in it, or make some, some ice cubes or something.
All right.
You were supposed to make a video on your ice cubes. I thought you said you were going to do that.
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
still waiting for that video, Father Fish.
Oh yeah.
What's interesting to me is how many things I say I'm going to do that I somehow never seem to get around.
That's what happens to me.
Greg wonders what's the best size tank to be my first dirted tank, or does it matter?
Say what?
Okay,
Size?
Greg says I guess for his first dirted tank, what would you recommend?
What's the best sized beginner tank,
Yeah.
maybe?
Yeah, what's the best size beginner tank? I think like a
Whatever you can
Like a-
afford.
like a 15 or 20 gallon. I think is a good beginner tank,
Yeah.
or better, or bigger.
A 200 would be good.
Yeah, exactly. I'm thinking about space and money wise.
Whatever you have room for.
My first
I
fish
think
tank was
that's
probably a
very
3-acre pond.
If I could have a moment of your time, it's it's an interesting question, which I'm not going to be able to get out. I can tell. The size of one's tank is a function of one's attitude toward the hobby. You see.
Mhm.
You know what's really interesting right now is how my brain is scrambled by all of this estrogen on the right hand side.
Just mute us, Father Fish.
There's nothing in the brain anymore.
Sorry.
I don't know. Do the biggest tank. Do the biggest tank you can psychologically, mentally, socially, economically, and physically handle.
Or how I kind of started out with dirted tanks myself is I'm really into terrariums and ecospheres. So I would always go to bodies of water and dig up the lake bed a little bit and take the water.
Yeah.
And I have lots of experiments like that. So that kind of got me into it. So sometimes you can even just start with a gallon jar and a couple of bladder
Yeah.
seals.
Mhm.
It can be
And
any
that's
size.
good. You learn from
Yes.
everything.
Yeah.
Let's see. Whitney says, I have well water and want to keep discus fish. What would you recommend to help keep the water stable for them? Anything I need to add to the substrate? And she has your mix that you sell.
What would I recommend to keep the water stable?
I'm assuming maybe it's very hard water since it's well water, maybe. I ran peat, built like a canister filter with peat moss on my discus tank. I remember that years ago, but I don't
she's
know how I
saying
did it.
she bought your mix, and
Yeah.
she
What would it?
wants to know if there's anything else to add to her substrate.
I know.
So it's two different questions.
Right. More well water. Discus.
In my well water, and it's not as hard as you would think it is.
Discus live in an environment that over the year goes from hard and alkaline to soft and acid. So they can tolerate hard and alkaline water. In fact, here in Florida, discus are being bred and raised in Florida well water, which is hard alkaline water. So the popular wisdom was that any fish coming out of the Amazon had to be in soft acid water. I got into a big fight some years ago, maybe 20 years ago, with a lady who bought a bunch of angelfish from me. And in fact, she was from Philadelphia. And I spent probably 2 weeks collecting that group of angelfish. And there were some really spectacular fish. Shipped them all up to her. She was gaga over them, and they were magnificent. She then proceeded to insist that they be kept in soft acid water. Well, they all came out of Florida water, so they came out of hard alkaline water. As a result, one by one, they died until the last one died. Now, in the process, which took a matter of probably 2 weeks, I had breeders talking to her. I was talking to her. She was all upset about all this and what's wrong with these fish and what's wrong with us. And we kept telling her, you got to keep them in the water they were born in. The water they were born in is not the water their ancestors were born in. The water they were born in was hard alkaline water. She never got it, never wanted to get it. She had it in her brain, soft acid water. So she killed them all.
Mm-hmm.
And then she demanded a second shipment because I sent her sick fish. So, like the idiot I am, I sent her a second shipment. I didn't spend near the time and effort on it, but I sent them to her. Those were dead in 24 hours.
Wow.
After which, because she had put the charge on her credit card, she reversed the charge. This was through PayPal. At the time, PayPal could do nothing about it. They were not a credit card company. All they could do was accept the claim that came through. So I was out about $500 on that deal. And that kind of soured me on Aquabid. That's where I made that sale. It was one of two things that happened right in the same time frame. The other was the lawyer who just decided to get into that he was going to beat me in a pissing contest. So, his attitude was, I do this every day. So, man, we never did any business. It was just on a commentary level. Anyway, so the fish can live in whatever water they're raised in. Fish in Florida are raised in hard alkaline water. If you've got discus coming out of Florida, they've come out of hard alkaline water. I don't know any fish that won't live. I do. That's wrong. There are fish that will not live in hard alkaline water, and those are the licorice gouramis from what's that island off the coast of Cambodia? I don't know. Won't come to me. Pardon?
I don't know. I'm not good at geography.
Anyway, there are fish that require soft acid water, but none of them come from South America. If you've got FOs, that is wild caught fish that come out of certain rivers, creeks, bays, or tributaries in any part of the world, then you need to duplicate the water that they came out of. Other than that,
I was always told that discus come from one source, or should come from one source, instead of mixing sources.
yeah, discus come from all over the world.
I guess maybe you mean when you buy them and add them to your tank, that they should come from one source? Because they might fight if they weren't raised together. So she said, that's more... Yeah,
I think the best thing to do about discus is to not get uptight about it. Discus is the fish that people get really uptight about, and they feel like they have to be just so meticulous and careful. I found that the more meticulous and careful you are, the harder it is on the fish. Ultimately, not in the short term, but in the long term. Because here's the problem, guys. You can get into a regimen where you're changing the water 14 times a day. You're putting them in absolutely pure, clear water. You're feeding them only a certain food, and you're feeding them that food 10 times a day. You're doing all of this detailed stuff, and you're being oh so careful, and you do that over an extended period of time. And then you get sick, you go on vacation, something happens, the protocol ends, the fish dies. Mm-hmm. I find the best way to deal with discus or any other fish for that matter is as much as is possible, keep your hands off. Do the simplest thing you can. Do it as infrequently as you can, and let nature take its course. Nature is a way of preserving itself far beyond any of our meager abilities to do so. So trust your tank, trust your substrate, trust your fish. Don't try to keep saving them, because in the process of saving them, every day you're going to kill them. Guaranteed, it's going to happen. If only because at some point they'll get used to all this madness you're doing. They'll tolerate it, and then when it ends, they fall over. They fall over.
My spa treatment. They go into shock.
Go into shock. That's right.
I don't think they're prima donnas, but I think they get treated better because they're an expensive fish and people don't want to kill them.
Yeah, and the don't want to kill them apart is the problem.
Yep. Word Dunlap says, don't get tinkeritis with your fish.
Tinkeritis, yeah, right.
Tinkeritis.
True enough.
I get that way with my plants.
Sam Dam wants to know how many, wants to know how many discus should I get? Can I just get a pair, add it to a community of 3 angels, 2 shiners, and 1 sino? Okay. That's Sam Dam.
These shiners. I don't know about these shiners. What are these shiners of which you speak, Sam Dam? I mean, that could be a nippy little bugger. What is that? But the answer is, yeah, get a pair.
I think I've heard that too. People are always saying to lower the pH for discus.
Yeah, don't do that. Here's the problem with lowering the pH. If you get into lowering the pH, then you're playing chemist. And the minute you start playing chemist, unless you are a technician on the order of a Thomas or some of the other guys who hang out on these channels, you're going to hit the wall at some point, and that pH is going to go from 7.5 to 6.0 in a matter of minutes, and your fish are going to go into a tailspin. You start messing with pH, you're playing Russian roulette with a loaded gun. That pH up-down stuff is a loaded gun. It is toxic, and it will kill fish. If you drive the pH from alkaline to acid in anything less than 2 weeks, you're threatening the very life of your fish. Don't mess with the pH. Whatever your water is, whatever your water source is, that's the pH you want to keep your fish at. They have to adapt to your water. And if you're not willing to do that, then you're going to have to play chemist. There are those who can do it. Those who can do it are few and far between. I can't do it. I don't even try. Andre does it. Thomas does it. I don't do it because I can't maintain it. I don't have that kind of on it every minute mentality, barring nothing.
Yeah, Coffee says chasing pH is a nightmare, just not worth bothering, even should try. Local breeder stock should be used to should be used to your local water.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's exactly how I learned that lesson the hard way with my very first tank.
Go in there now.
Accidentally killed everything in my tank because of the pH down stuff. I was told my water was too hard. So in the beginning, I was trying to correct it, and I killed the fish, I killed the plants, I cooked everything. So I learned my lesson, and I'm never going to do that again. Let it be.
I'm watching Corey, so I think I got good advice because he does not recommend chasing pH, and I never bought any of that stuff.
Yeah, I have people coming in the shop and when they're having trouble, I ask them to bring everything in that they're dosing in their tank. And one of the first things I'll see is pH up and pH down. And I take it up and I put it in the trash can. So you don't need that, you don't need that. It's dangerous. It's a perfect example of a marketing strategy that's geared at sales with no consideration at all for maintaining the health and well-being of the animals in the tank. And there is far too much of that in the industry. And it aggravates me beyond the point of rationality. I mean, it is fundamentally criminal that so many products are sold whose only function is to take money out of the consumer's pocket and put it in the producer's pocket, if you will, the retailer, wholesaler, manufacturer, whatever. The very best example of that I can think of is filter cartridges. There is nothing of less value to the maintenance of a healthy tank than a filter cartridge. Its sole function is to bring you back in the store on a regular basis to buy more of them. And if you'll notice, written right on the packages, change every week.
Yep.
In other words, change it before it can even begin to do what it ought to be doing, which is breaking down ammonia in your tank.
I put matrix in mine.
Here's my rant for the day. And I got it in, didn't I? And the girl's living in with it.
Hey, Father Fish.
Yeah.
Holly Gibbs asked something. She said, Father Fish, any advice on my frogs? Demise all died at the same time. Water was good. Angels, fish, and mystery snails are all fine. What did I do?
I heard this last night.
Okay.
I was actually thinking about this. Holly, did you check your heater? Did it short out at all? Because it's possible they could have gotten zapped.
That's interesting. But the other fish were all fine. Her other fish were all fine.
Susan just came in.
Oh, hello, Susan.
And
How are
Science
you?
Gal.
Science Gal, hello. Susan, happy to see you.
Good morning, Susan. Good morning,
Holly.
Science Gal.
Mary, are you answering Aquarium Cop?
Huh?
If you answered Mary, Aquarium Cop, or are you going
Not
to?
yet.
What did he say?
He was, Father Fish, who are the 3 people I paid to get a mug? Name them now, please. One was Thirsty Rabbit, and who are the other 2?
I don't even remember Thirsty Rabbit.
I don't remember Thirsty
Lori.
Rabbit. He paid for the shipping for Thirsty Rabbits.
I don't remember there being 3 people. I thought we said Lori and Foxy.
He just said 2 today, right? But Roxanne said she had one.
And needs another.
I've tried to send them out, but I haven't tracked it. So I finally had time to set up a directory yesterday, so I can enter in all these things that I do. There are at least 2 people I've sent cups to twice because I've been afraid they didn't get them. So I'm
40 years said, hopefully
trying to get a handle on this. I think I finally got it. So
Holly
what do we
Gibbs,
say?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just going to tell you, Holly Gibbs said she had
Who are
just
the
put in a
3
new
people
heater.
I paid to get a mug? Name them now.
Plead
Are
the
we
fifth.
talking about today or just, I don't know. I thought he was just talking about people we named today. 'Cause I can't keep track of going back.
Okay, well, I sent one to Roxy and I sent one to Chevy Fish.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Those were two. A Thirsty Rabbit. What? I don't
He's in
know what
Australia.
Thirsty Rabbit's name is. I don't remember. I don't know who that would be. But I also need to send one to Fuzzy Bunny.
Fuzzy curly bunny.
Curly bunny.
Well,
Fuzzy.
That should make you laugh, Aquarium Cop. Thank you, Lori, for being awesome. She's dropping links. Appreciate you.
Sam Dam at 9:33, Father Fish.
Sam David, 9:33. Why am I not finding coffee?
There's a couple of them. I'm planning a few outdoor tubs, trying new fishes, worried about the temperature fluctuations down at the seasons.
Oh, got it. Right. Well, if you do natives, you don't need to worry about it. Do native fish in your outdoor tubs, and you won't. And they can be there 12 months of the year. Otherwise, if you're doing tropicals, you're going to have to bring them in before the temperature drops much below 70. 65 should be the bottom. Generally, for those, you bring them in before fall really sets in.
I feel like you could do a whole video series on outdoor tubbing, Father Fish.
Oh, I know. And tubbing is such a big deal, and it's such an absolutely amazing thing to do.
I did my first summer tub this year. I kept blackmores in it. I loved it.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I was looking at your black moors on your video. Boy, they're really nice. They're really big.
Yeah, they got really fat this year.
They look really good. Have you looked at
I said they were happy.
Precious Tranquility's goldfish?
Oh, Holly.
Yes, I have.
Yeah, they're amazing. She's got them all out in her pond now. She has the most magnificent pond. That sucker, it looks like a lake in her backyard, and it's contoured with all kinds of smaller ponds and waterfalls. And, it's absolutely amazing. Aquarium Cop, did you get the information that you wanted?
No, he said forget it, bye. He's having a hard day.
He said forget it.
Yeah. Right there at 9:37.
I don't know what he wanted.
I see Holly at 9:37.
Hallie Sean.
I thought fish couldn't be electrocuted.
I
Holly
agree.
Holly said
Yeah,
she
unless
put in
it's
a new
grounded,
heater.
right? Somebody else had some notion about the
Oh.
frogs.
Oh, okay.
Where was that? There was another comment about frogs. Holly is saying they should
Coffee.
feed bloodworms.
I think it was Coffee at 9:34 was talking about the food. Talking about
With
fish food
yeah,
sometimes
yeah,
isn't suitable for
right.
frogs. Okay.
Yeah, she was saying she feeds worms.
And
I don't know, Holly. And it's probably the fact that all of the inverts died at once and none of the gilled fish died is itself significant. But why that is, there are two things. One is the frogs do not have scales and they breathe oxygen. So I don't know. Is it possible that there was an oil slick or something on the surface and they could not get to the air? Is it possible there was some kind of toxin in the air? Is there something about that that could have made a difference? Is it possible that there was inadequate circulation, air circulation above the tank? That'd be hard to imagine, but nevertheless, you got to look at all the possible, all of the possible options for what could have done them in. Some kind of disease that would attack non-scaled animals and not attack scaled animals. A bacteria, although it sounds like if they died all at once, it wouldn't be that. If they died all at once, I would say it probably goes to something that prevented them from being able to function normally, like air, like not being able to get to the surface, maybe, or not being able to get to the right kind of place in the surface, something like that. You just got to look at your tank and kind of examine things and figure out what could possibly have resulted in that based on what you're seeing in the tank. It's kind of a whodunit. And it may be purely mechanical. It may have nothing to do with, with disease or sickness or food or anything like that. It could simply have to do with something that happened to the tank or on the tank or around the tank mechanically that somehow prevented them from being able to get air. That's what I would keep coming back to, since they all died at once, and the only thing that died are the air breathers. That's what I would look at.
Or Dunlop says after 55 years of fish tanks, he can say that he's still experimenting.
Yeah, Lord knows.
Well, it takes like 15 years, I think, sometimes to run an experiment.
Yeah. That's why I don't answer questions, because I don't have the experience.
You have to wait, patient.
I have to see something for myself or be around somebody who, like Father Fish says something that he's done, then I can pretty much count on his experience, hopefully.
And Father Fish,
Go ahead, Rox.
what worms did you say she was feeding her frogs?
She said red worms. Now that I don't know what that means. That could be red wigglers, but whatever it was, you've been doing it over a period of time. I have heard that red wigglers can bind up fish. I don't know that that's what she was feeding. She said red worms. That could be bloodworms, could be black worms, could be anything. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, because I know some terrestrial worms, when they're farm raised, they're raised in pesticide type soil. So if you don't rinse them off very well, the animals will ingest that and die as well.
She said they were just bloodworms.
Yeah,
well, and that is another possibility, that there could have been something that was in a specific batch of food. Mm-hmm. She gave them on that specific day, that all of them partook in, and that only they partook in. So that's a possibility too.
I always wonder about bloodworms, because you don't know if maybe they've been thawed out and refrozen, and could be, I guess they could be bad just like anything could be.
Yeah, but if they are,
buy them at a shop. Yeah.
You generally know it when food is
rotten. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's a good thought, Roxy. It could have been something they ate that day. Is that possible, Holly?
Because it was definitely something
a rotten batch. I guess that, like, if it got defrosted and then rotted.
She's saying bloodworms. See, I don't know what that means. I mean, bloodworms could mean one of several things. There are worms that are collected in the mud in Maine and upwards in the Canada that actually bleed. They're profuse in, when you cut them open, they run with blood. There are other worms, the little tiny nematodes, that are red, and they're called bloodworms. There are other worms that are actually red wigglers that are referred to sometimes as bloodworms. So I really don't know what that is.
Yeah, Ali Sean says the Kari bloodworms are good, but only packs that show no signs of thawing. And
Kari bloodworms, that's a nematode. They're actually not bloodworms. They're actually blackworms. I mean, they're not red. They're not red nematodes. They're black nematodes. The red nematodes are no longer. They used to be real popular in the hobby years ago, but they carried so much disease that they were discontinued. Now it's possible that Akari is flash freezing them and killing the bacteria. Maybe has found a source that's cheaper than the blackworms that is doing them. I don't know.
Well, the bloodworms I've bought that are in the blister packs, they're red.
Yeah, you can't go by the color. The blackworm is not necessarily black. It's a different nematode that comes from a different place. They're all pretty foul. I mean, they all come.
Like them, though. I see blood come out of them when they put them in the water. Some of them.
So what are you feeding Holly? All it takes 20 gallon. The bloodworms are frozen. Coffee, Holly, from the pet shop. So she's buying frozen. Okay. She's buying frozen worms, which is called a bloodworm. I think it's it's a nematode, whatever it is.
Alishon says the bloodworms that are sold in the hobby are not worms. They are the fly larvae.
Well, they're a nematode. They're not a fly larvae.
And Chevy's mentioning tubifex.
The botfly is something else. Tubifex is a nematode. All of these are nematodes. None of them are actually worms.
Chevy Fist called tubifex worms toilet worms.
Yeah, well, it's true. They are. They really are.
Hey, Whitney's asked this a couple of times, but just wants to know what kind of chair you have. I remember you saying it the other day, but I don't remember what it was.
I got this off of Amazon.
Okay.
Somebody was telling me it's the seat of an Italian race car that was adapted. I find it actually is very uncomfortable.
Hey, Father Fish, will you post the link so Aquarium Cop can join us? You have time.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you.
Okay. Yeah, she probably has had them for, I think she said she's had them for a while. Word Dunlap says tubifex used to be a source, reputed to be a source of tuberculosis. They were very dirty critters, I knew that. They collected them in sewers. Oh, to do. What else?
My chair is terrible, and I'm sitting at a desk that my father used when he was in college, so it's a really old desk.
Here's
I don't want
Aquarium
to
Cop.
Hey, Aquarium Cop.
donate it.
Good morning, Cup.
Cynthia bought an apple snail today.
When did she sneak in? Hello, Cynthia.
I think she just came.
She's eating a piece of apple. The next thing it'll be eating, Cynthia, is your plants. And it will eat all of your plants. Down to the fruit. Aquarium Cop, there he is. You're live and online. And we hear you breathing.
I'm sorry you're having a bad morning.
Oh well. Holly is taking the heater out. Okay, don't know about all that.
Yeah, you're caught up as far as, unless I've missed
Okay,
something.
yeah, no, I think I'm caught up yet. Cynthia said she did not put it in her aquarium. That's good, because I think it'll eat all your plants. It's in her observation deck where she can observe it very good. All right. What else? What time is it?
I have to
It
come back
is
in because I can't hear
9:51.
nothing.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Cop.
Is it called an
Can't
apple
hear.
snail because they eat apples?
Oh, now he's gone.
He said he'd be right back. He couldn't hear anything.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why I can't get myself centered back again.
Oh, Holly's had him for a year. Yeah, I kind of figured that. So you want to look at food, and you want to look at the possibility of some kind of pollution by the fish.
Aquarium Cop.
Hello.
Oh, no, never mind.
Yeah. See, back and stuff back. Cynthia, we did all that. Yeah,
Doing a
you
post.
keeping up. All right, where are we at with
It's 9:52,
how many are watching? 49,
49.
45, 46,
Got 46.
47, 49 watching right now, 51 watching,
Let's get it to 50, guys.
47 thumbs up. Oh dear.
Aquarium Cop, can you try again? He said he couldn't hear us. Hello, Bryce. Somebody just came in, asked if you ever keep freshwater sand dobies.
Aquarium have contaminated. Not likely, Holly. Not
I
like.
wonder that too sometimes. My cats like to drink the aquarium water.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
mine does it. Yeah, Tom used to it all the time. Who's that? Cynthia said my store is like a time machine. That's about right. About right.
Father Fish, you didn't mention your guppies to everybody.
Oh my goodness, I showed them. Yeah, Andy brought me guppies yesterday. Check these guys.
Oh, pretty. They're pretty. Wow.
They are pretty.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, I went over to his house, and his house is like Lucas's. His entire house is a fish room. He's got
Is the
tanks
betta
in the
still in
fish
there?
room. And mostly guppies.
They're
He's
really
got
nice.
a bunch of other really nice fish, but out of the, I don't know, 50 or so tanks he has, 40 of them have guppies. And they're like this. They're just really, really pretty.
Mary, did you ask if the beta was in there?
Yeah, is the beta
Yes,
in
the
there?
beta is in there somewhere. I don't see him.
Right
He's
behind the
probably hiding. There he is down the bottom.
Yeah. Oh, I see him now.
Yeah, he's hiding
Really
from
pretty.
the guppies, I expect. I may need
We
to
like
take
to do
him out.
that.
It's probably a bit too much for him in there.
Gosh, he's pretty.
Yeah, it looks like he's lurking there.
Well,
Or
you can
hiding.
you
I
can
think
send it to me.
I'm going to take him out. We could do that.
You can just ship him to me.
Really.
If I could ever get these tanks cleaned up. Well, I got one, so
Cynthia says she's having trouble keeping guppies. They keep dying on her. So
Well, I know what that is. I know how that is. I
I
have
think
this.
she's on to angels now.
I think guppies are highly susceptible to significant water changes and bacteria. So you really need a very clean tank, and you need to put them in your best water. Just put them in your best water. If you can get them to spawn and get babies, the babies should be fine. Guppies stress from particularly older guppies. They will stress if they're put in water that's significantly different from what they have been in there before. Aquarium Cop, you are muted. You're now unmuted. Can you hear us?
Yeah, because I had to mute
Right.
the YouTube so there wouldn't be a backlash.
Oh, I say. Well, it's fine. There's no problem.
Okay, cool.
So what's up?
What I'm trying to say, everybody's telling me in the chat that I'm having a bad day. I'm not having a bad day. The only thing I was trying to say was last week, I gave a $25 donation to pay for Thirsty Rabbits shipping to Australia. So that's that. And then today I gave two donations.
Right.
One was to give Foxy a mug, but she has one. So forget that. Now the last thing I'm trying to say is pick two people
I
out.
appreciate it though.
No, I got you, Roxy. I got it. But what I'm trying to say, like all the confusion, I want Father Fish to pick two people out on today's live stream. I paid for them. I just gave you $50 to send two people a mug.
Okay. Got
I
it.
don't know why that's confusing.
Got it.
It's paid for. You
Right.
choose or people vote, whatever.
Okay. I got it.
Love you, bro. Love you,
Love
bro.
you. Thank you. All right. Okay.
Sorry for the confusion.
No, I understand. Yeah, it was nowhere near as complicated as we were trying to make it.
Yeah, because like my Wi-Fi is weird, and then I'm like, oh God, I was trying to do something nice. People like, oh, he don't know what he's talking about. He's having a bad day. No, I'm not. I said $50 for two people to get a mug. I don't get why that's a bad thing. Love you. Bye.
Love you. Thank you.
It's not bad. We were confused by what he wrote.
Okay. So,
pick two people out in the chat that gets a mug.
Okay, got it. One of them is Fuzzy Rabbit.
No, that's last week one.
That's last week.
Yeah.
Oh. So we were
two people today. In the chat today.
Two people are in the chat today who don't have a mug.
Roxy already has one. I wanted to send her one, but she has one. So I sent you $50 today. Send two mugs, a mug to two people today. That's all I'm saying. I thought I was having a nice time doing something nice, and like it just got all twisted. Two people in the chat today. Your choice.
Who's on the chat today? Got it. Okay. All right. So, who's in the chat today who does not have? Oh, okay. Here's one. Here, Fishy. Is it Here, Fishy? Who did the last song?
Here, Fishy.
Here, Fishy. Right. Okay. So.
Patrick saying me. We should put the names in a cup.
Okay, so Here, Fishy.
Patrick,
one.
Jeffrey, Holly.
Jeffrey
I want to send one to
Jeffrey, Holly, and Patrick. And Here, Fishy, Mimi, Sam,
Hold
Danny.
on. Don't get carried away there. Okay. Roxy has one. Cass, do you have a mug?
Yes, I do.
You do. Mary, do you have a mug? Yes, you do.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I got you three covered at least. Except I need to send another one to Foxy because theirs got stolen. I also need to send one to Fuzzy Rabbit here. And but that was last week.
Yeah.
One
This is two more.
Right. And the other one was who is the Aussie?
Colin or Thirsty Rabbit. Sorry.
Thirsty Rabbit, right. And I'm assuming I have his address. Okay, I know I've sent one to Chevy, so Chevy's covered. So Here, Fishy needs a mug. Aquatic Conquest. Aquatic Conquest doesn't have a mug, and he's here. And he's done all sorts of stuff. So I need addresses. I need an address for Aquatic Conquest. I need an address for Here Fishing. And they will be the two today. Also, Thirsty Rabbit will be getting a mug. And Fuzzy Rabbit will be getting a mug. All of which are paid for. Yeah, right. Fuzzy Bug. All of which are paid for by Aquariums Cop. Have I got that straight now?
Sam wants the mug now. He said it twice.
What?
You've got a whole list.
Oh, we got a list of people.
Frank doesn't have one.
Yeah, Frank
doesn't have one.
Sam doesn't have one. Cynthia doesn't have one. Hey, maybe once a week we should give one away.
Yeah, maybe do like a number drawing.
Yep.
So everyone gets a fair
Patrick
chance.
Colson's always
What
here.
we got to do, I don't want to do that. I want to make sure that people who are contributing substantially to the channel have a gift. So that would be Here Fishing and Aquatic Conquest. They so far have made significant contributions and they don't yet have gifts. So I want to make sure I cover those. Curly Buck.
He said he wanted to email you, Father Fish.
I got what?
Here Fishy is going to email you. I guess
good.
your address.
Yeah. Email, thank you. Yes. Email fatherfish@fatherfish.net with your address, please. Here Fishing and Aquatic Conquest. Anyone else who wants a mug, it's $25. I'll cover shipping. If it's out of the country, it's going to cost another $20 for shipping. Or you can do something really nice for the channel and get one free, like that. Okay. Where are we?
We're at 10:03.
We're at 10:03, right. We beat this horse to death. Oh dear. No,
And we're still in the saddle.
And we're right. Still in the saddle. That's it. Right? You are.
I'm just here for the ride. I don't know what I'm doing.
Roxy, thank you for being with us. Yeah, this is cool. It's all good. All good. All right, what should we play? Shall we play
Lisa wants a bumper sticker.
Lisa
Oh,
wants,
yeah.
everybody, Lisa wants a bumper sticker. Name and address to my email. Request a bumper sticker, and you'll also get stickers. And those are free. And I got to get more bumper stickers made. I've gone through them. What do you want to hear? What shall we play?
I love the new song.
Oh, I do too. Let's play the new song.
Chevy Fish says she has
What?
the mug.
What? Oh,
Chevy
yeah.
Fish says she has the mug.
Yeah,
I know she does.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
She thanked me
She loves it.
profusely. All right. Let's see if I can get it. Let's see if I can get it up here now. On whatever level I can do that. Chrome. Right there. Share. We're there. And play.
We found our way on Father Fish's fun life stream. We all love
I gotta
Father
get that
Fish's
fish.
great life stream.
Gotta get that
Keeps the
fish.
tanks so clean, the plants they are so green. We all love his fluffy beard, it is so white. His eyes they are so bright. He always keeps it tight. And our friends are all aboard. Many more of them, they still snore. But to watch him on replay. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. We all love Father Fish's great life stream. His tanks they are so clean, the plants they are so green. We all love his fluffy beard, it is so white. He always keeps it tight. His eyes are so bright. As we live the life fishy. Everyone! I found my way to Father Fish. He comes on in the morning every day. Add some soil, cap it with sand, then add plants. He will help you do it the right way. Add some fish, then walk away. Feed them high quality food. Thy food is best. Keep it dirty, keep it all natural. I found my way back to Father Fish. Bye.
Hello, Mary. Mary, try and sort this one out. Let's talk about fish, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be. Let's talk about fish.
Bye all.
Let's talk about fish, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that can be. Let's talk about fish. Fish. Let's talk about fish. Let's talk about fish.
Bye, Mary.
Instrumental break.
Bye, Cass.
Bye. That was me.
Bye, Cass. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Lori.
Sweet
Let's talk
day.
about fish, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be. Let's talk about fish. Let's talk about fish. 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 Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be. Let's talk about fish. Let's talk about fish. Fish.
Yeah. Thank you
That one
all.
all day.
Great to be with you. Have a lovely day. See you in the morning.